What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioLighten TV. First of all, I want to thank you guys for sticking with me through this channel. It's not something that I promote a lot on social media and stuff because of the fact that not as many people as we would want are awake. And it's kind of hard to talk about a lot of this stuff because you lose people that are not awake very quickly with this stuff. But today I want to kind of go into this a little bit. You read the title correctly. We are all vampires. Now, I know right off the bat, you're like, I know it's a spiritual channel here. I know it's about spiritual stuff, but I'm not a vampire. Like, I'm not drinking blood. You're not drinking blood, but you just bear with me. Now, us as living things, we require energy. Okay? We require energy to be taken in order for us to survive. For us to output energy and actually sustain life, we must bring energy in. And the way we do that is through calories, which a measure of actual energy is called a kilocalorie. Calories or macros. So in the bodybuilding industry, which I'm in, or the fitness industry, we know all about this stuff. So if you're not from the fitness industry, it's going to be kind of new to you. Macronutrients are protein, fats, and carbohydrates. Now, each one of those have a certain amount of calories. Proteins and carbs both have 4 calories per gram, and fats have 9 calories. Fat is the largest packed punch as far as energy per gram that you're going to consume. Now, the only way we get these things, okay, the only way is through other living things, period. Like right now, if I pick up this plastic piece, right, this thing that goes to the camera that holds it on the thing, I can eat this. I can swallow this. And I'll probably pass it through and I won't die, but I get literally nothing from it. There's no macronutrients, there's no vitamins, minerals, there's no nutrients, no chemical enzymes, there is nothing. We literally only get what we need to survive from living things. Now, I am not against the vegan lifestyle myself. There are certain things I don't eat. I don't eat pork. I don't eat much meat. I do, a plant-based diet, but I do have some meat here and there. But, and I understand. I understand the whole not harming living things. But I think that the vegan people that really look down upon the people, and this is kind of why I'm making this video, because the others are not vegan, you look down upon them because they're not like you and they're doing the wrong thing. The vegetables that you are eating were alive. They were cut from the ground, ripped from from their source of life in order to provide you with the nutrition so you didn't have to eat animals. However, what you're eating was still alive. Like, you're still consuming things that were alive, although it can't tell you that it hurts, it can't scream, it can't cry, it can't run away. You basically go up to a unprotected thing that cannot defend itself and rip it out of the ground and eat it. Now, like I said, don't get me wrong, I'm the first one to advocate for animals and say, I don't think we should be eating them. And I'm dead wrong. I'm the biggest hypocrite because I eat chicken, okay? I eat tuna. I eat these things that, I get it. But then I go, but broccoli has been proven in scientific studies to actually have feelings. It can feel pain. Plants themselves, if you play music for them, good music, nice music, they grow big, they grow lush, they grow faster. Play hardcore death metal music, they fucking wilt up. They're alive. These things are alive, and you kill them in order to eat them. Now, again, I'm not saying that, vegans shouldn't be vegan and meat eaters shouldn't be meat eaters. Bottom line is, everything that's living needs something that's living in order to survive. Even, let's put it this way, even water. If you leave water out, like literally leave water out and let it sit there for 2 weeks, the water becomes, quote, stagnant, stale, whatever. If you ingest it, you can get sick. It allows bacteria and stuff to grow in it. The water essentially dies. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what happens. If you took a piece of tuna right out of the ocean, you cut it and you ate it right there, you're going to absorb all the macronutrients and the energy, and you're going to get the benefits of the energy from that tuna. But if you put it on the counter and let it sit there for a week, once it dies, you can't eat it anymore. Once anything dies and it's been long enough that it's dead, you have to eat it as fresh as possible, which is what vegans actually promote. Eating the food as fresh as possible. It's fresh, raw. Well, that's because it's closest to when it was alive when you're eating it. The closer that it becomes to decay when it's dead, you don't want to eat it. The banana that you eat when it's, ripe, or right off the vine, you pull it off the tree, you eat the banana. Well, imagine what happens if that banana sits around for 2 weeks. Would you still eat it? No, the banana died and it starts to decay just like human flesh or animal flesh or anything else. So I sat back and I said, eating plastic, eating a piece of this wood or eating, a piece of rubber, like these are all things in the world that are not living, technically not living. Like they don't have feeling. Maybe they do. Who the fuck knows? But bottom line is you have two food sources. which contain energy, and we're taking the energy, from those living things. We are actually consuming them and absorbing the energy from plants and animals both. Nuts, plants, animals. We have literally, I don't want to say take the soul from them, but we take the soul from them. All of it. Whether you're vegan or a meat eater or a pescatarian or whatever you are, it doesn't matter. We're all doing the same thing. Like, it frustrates me because being awake, you understand how you're connected to every person as well as living thing, which means the tree outside, the head of cabbage that someone's going to eat, the carrot that's in the ground. You realize that you're actually attached to that. You realize that those cells that are living cells all basically came from the same type of area. We've all grown and evolved and turned into what we are, it's all changed, right? You're so connected to it. But so many vegans, and in my personal experience, I have friends that are vegan and they don't push anything on anybody. I have a very good friend, Tina, who is vegan. She asked me, have you thought about going vegan? I said, yes, I've absolutely thought about it. And she said, cool, you're on that path, if it happens, it happens, just take your time, but you're on that path. Like, she was understanding about the fact that I don't do it, even though she is vegan. She went full vegan being super awake herself. She's not one of those people that will make someone feel bad because they ate meat, right? She doesn't agree with it. That's her lifestyle, but she doesn't make someone feel bad. The problem I have with these people that, I want to say they're activists. They're hardcore vegan activists. And again, I'm not standing out against all vegans. That's not what this is about. But they'll do harm to another human being. They'll protest, and if someone says, you know what, I'll eat meat, they'll punch that person in the face. They'll hit them with a flag that they're waving around. They'll do whatever. They'll actually harm another living thing to prove the point that you shouldn't harm other living things. This is so confusing to me. Like, I don't understand. Like, I really don't think all vegans are awake. I don't think that's what's going on. I think what happens is there's a blend of people that are vegan and meat eaters both, that are awake and that aren't awake. And what happens is they kind of, the vegan thing itself, because it's so different to mainstream population, and nowadays it's actually not that different. It's actually kind of a big thing. But the blend, there's the blend of people who are actually awake and understand why you should do it. They're the people that just like, I like ponies, so fuck you. You should do what I tell you to do. And many of them don't stick to it. That's one thing. Many of them after time don't stick to it. They're there for a little phase. It's, maybe a year at the most, and they go about and do their thing. Not many people that are not awake will make the choice for life and stick to being a certain thing, because of the fact that they just kind of jumped into it because it was, some people just something to do. Some people that it was a loved one that was involved in it. Some people really just do love cats and dogs as pets, which I don't agree with animals at all being pets. Like Brady, my dog, our Aaron and I, my wife and I's dog, is not a pet. He's our family member. We call him a kid. We call ourselves, the doggy daddy and the doggy mommy. Like, he's family. He's absolutely family. And, I think a lot of people look at it as like, well, that's my dog, that's my cat, I like them, so I don't eat food. I think about all the time about animals in the wild. And honestly, tigers, lions, bears, oh my. I am food to every single one of them. I am food to so many animals out there right now. And my question to you is, do you think that the animal gives a rat's ass that I'm food? Do you think they give a flying fuck whether or not I get eaten? Like, animals don't group together and say, hey man, leave the humans alone. Don't hunt them if they come in the woods. Animals look at you and they say, that motherfucker is where we are. I got him now. And they'll eat you. They will literally eat you alive, because they, just like we are vampires. They need our energy to sustain their own energy. And that's kind of how the world works. And I'm still trying to figure it out. And I don't claim to have all the answers, but I do claim to have a third eye that works. And I do claim that things are becoming more and more clear. These downloads, they're becoming more and more clear. My thought process is becoming more and more clear. And an understanding of everything that is going on around me, which what I'm trying to get out of all this is, whether you're vegan, whether you eat meat, whether you only drink water, I don't know, you fast all day, I don't know, whatever, you're no different than the person standing next to you. One person eats meat, one person doesn't. You're still no different. We're no different from the animals. And I think that's what vegans can agree with us on, is that animal that looks at us, that's going to eat us, it doesn't see anything but food. It doesn't care. It doesn't care if we're cute. It doesn't care if we have nice hair. It doesn't care if we can be taught to sit or be taught to be obedient to the animal. It does not care. We as humans have tricked ourselves into thinking that these other living things are for our pleasure, and they're really not. They're just not. So again, in closing, I don't know what the answers are. I have no clue. And one thing I do know is in the future, it'll reveal itself. Thank you for listening. I'm Biohistory, and I approve this message, and we're out.